Is it really possible to take a $500,000 portfolio and turn it into a perpetual income machine that pays you nearly $4,000 every single month, forever? The answer is yes. For thousands of people, this isn't a dream, it's their financial reality. But if it's so possible, why do so many people who try this fail, often losing a huge chunk of their life savings in the process? It's because they fall victim to the most seductive lie in the world of investing. They see what appears to be a clear and easy path to financial freedom, one that promises spectacular returns, almost overnight. They believe they've found a secret shortcut, but what they've actually stumbled into is a cleverly disguised trap, a financial black hole designed to strip them of their hard-earned capital. But escaping this trap doesn't mean you have to settle for tiny returns. The real strategy, the one that actually works, isn't about finding one magic ingredient. It's about becoming a master chef, intelligently combining 4 distinct financial ingredients to create something far more powerful than the sum of its parts. It's a hybrid approach that gives you the stability of a fortress, the cash flow of a pipeline, and the long-term power of a growth engine, all at the same time. In this video, we are going to pull back the curtain on this exact strategy. We're not just going to talk about theory. We are going to build this $500,000 income portfolio right here, piece by piece. We will deconstruct the 4 essential pillars, expose the most dangerous yield traps on the market today, and then assemble the entire plan, revealing the specific funds, the exact allocations, and the final bottom line income number you can expect. Every durable structure needs a solid foundation. In the world of income investing, this is your bedrock. These are the assets that provide stability, predictability, and a crucial, often overlooked tax advantage. We're talking about high-quality, blue-chip dividend payers. Think of a company like Johnson & Johnson. For over 60 consecutive years, it has not only paid a dividend to its shareholders, but it has increased that dividend every single year. Through recessions, market crashes, and global crises, that payment has reliably shown up and grown. That is the definition of a bedrock asset. But buying individual stocks can be time-consuming and requires a lot of research. For most investors, a more efficient way to build this foundation is through a flagship dividend ETF, like the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, ticker symbol SCHD. SCHD isn't just a random collection of dividend stocks. It has a strict fundamentals-based screening process. It only invests in companies that have a 10-year history of paying dividends and that demonstrate high-quality metrics like strong cash flow, a high return on equity, and consistent 5-year dividend growth. This process filters out the weaker companies and leaves you with a basket of about 100 of the most fundamentally sound dividend payers in the United States. Now, this stability is great, but it's not even the most important feature of these assets. Their true superpower is tax efficiency. Dividends from funds like SCHD and stocks like Johnson & Johnson are considered qualified dividends. This is a critical distinction. Qualified dividends are taxed at the much lower long-term capital gains rates, which can be 0%, 15%, or 20%, depending on your income bracket. This is a massive advantage compared to other forms of income, which are taxed at your ordinary income tax rate, which can be significantly higher, up to 37%. Getting to keep more of your money is just as important as the income itself. So, with all these benefits, why don't we just put our entire $500,000 into this safe, tax-efficient bedrock? Let's run the numbers. Let's say we put a very conservative 70% of our portfolio, or $350,000, into SCHD. Based on its current dividend yield of around 3.88%, that would generate about $13,580 a year in income. That's just over $1,100 a month. It's reliable, it's tax efficient, but for most people, it's simply not enough to live on. This is the sober reality check. While a bedrock is absolutely essential for stability, relying on it alone will leave you far short of your income goals. To get closer to that $4,000 a month target, we have to start adding other ingredients. We have to start looking for more yield. And that brings us to pillar number 2. When investors want to boost their portfolio's income, they typically turn to 2 places: individual stocks in mature, high payout industries, and real estate investment trusts, or REITs. For example, you have companies like Altria, ticker MO, the tobacco giant, which currently pays a dividend yield of around 6.5%. Then you have REITs like Realty Income, ticker O, which owns thousands of single-tenant commercial properties and is famous for paying a monthly dividend. Or VICI Properties, ticker VICI, which owns a portfolio of iconic Las Vegas casinos and entertainment venues. These assets can provide a significant income boost. But this is also the part of the market where the most dangerous traps are hidden. It's here that investors must learn one of the most important principles in all of finance. Yield is vanity. Total return is sanity. A high dividend yield is completely meaningless if the value of your initial investment, your principal, is collapsing underneath it. This is what's known as a yield trap. Let's look at a perfect real-world case study. The pharmaceutical giant Pfizer, ticker PFE. Not long ago, investors were flocking to Pfizer, lured in by its juicy 7% dividend yield. It looked like a safe blue-chip company paying a massive income. What could go wrong? Well, while those investors were collecting their 7% dividend, the stock's price plummeted by nearly 60%. So for every $100 they invested, they got $7 back in dividends. But their initial $100 shrank to just $40. They suffered a net loss of 53%. That's a classic yield trap. On top of this, you have another hidden catch with REITs. The income from REITs is typically non-qualified. This means it's taxed at your higher ordinary income tax rate, just like your job salary. So while they can boost your pre-tax income, a larger chunk gets eaten away by taxes compared to your qualified bedrock assets. So the lesson here is clear. While we need these income boosters, we have to be incredibly selective and always look at the total return, not just the yield. But even with a carefully selected handful of these stocks, we are still not generating enough income. To truly power our portfolio, we need to add the third pillar, the modern engine. Over the last few years, a new type of financial product has exploded in popularity, promising investors something that was once considered impossible: stock market exposure with bond-like income. These are covered call and options income ETFs. These are the modern engines of a high-income portfolio, and they are responsible for generating the lion's share of the monthly cash flow. But how do they actually work? The mechanism is surprisingly simple. First, the fund buys a portfolio of stocks, like all the companies in the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100. Then, the fund manager sells call options against those stocks. Think of this as selling the right, but not the obligation, for another investor to buy those stocks at a higher price in the future. For selling this right, the fund receives cash known as a premium. It collects these premiums day after day, week after week, and then pays them out to you, the shareholder, in the form of a high monthly distribution. This strategy allows funds like SPYI, which tracks the S&P 500, or QQQI, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, to generate yields that are often in the double digits. But this high income comes with a crucial fundamental trade-off. There is no free lunch in investing. In exchange for that high monthly premium, the fund caps its upside potential. If the market has a massive rally and soars 25 or 30%, a standard S&P 500 ETF like VOO would capture the vast majority of that gain. But the covered call fund would be forced to sell its shares at the pre-agreed upon higher price, missing out on all the gains beyond that point. You are explicitly making a strategic choice. You are forfeiting the potential for explosive long-term compounding in exchange for getting more cash in your pocket right now, every single month. For a retiree or someone who needs immediate income, this can be a very powerful and worthwhile trade-off. But it's critical to understand what you're giving up. And on the far end of the risk spectrum, you have highly speculative funds like BTCI, which runs this same option strategy on the notoriously volatile Bitcoin futures market, generating astronomical yields. These funds are powerful tools, but they also lead us to the doorstep of the most dangerous place in the market, the ultimate danger zone. If a 12% yield from a covered call ETF is good, then a 50% or 100% yield must be better, right? This is the siren song that has led countless investors to financial ruin. There's a whole suite of funds out there, most notably from a company called YieldMax, that advertise yields that seem to defy logic. And they should, because this isn't investing. It's a form of volatility harvesting that is almost mathematically guaranteed to destroy your principal over time. This happens through a silent killer known as NAV erosion. NAV stands for net asset value. You can think of it as the fund's actual underlying per share value. When a fund pays out a massive distribution that isn't supported by underlying growth, it has to get that money from somewhere. So it simply takes it from the fund's principal. It's effectively just giving you your own money back, and this is officially called a return of capital, or ROC. Every time this happens, the fund's NAV shrinks. It's like an ice cube that you're sipping water from. The water might taste good, but the ice cube is getting smaller and smaller until there's nothing left. Let's look at the brutal, real-world example of the YieldMax MSTY ETF, which runs an options strategy on MicroStrategy stock. At its inception, its NAV was $20.38 per share. Less than 2 years later, that collapsed to just $13.54. That is a 33.6% destruction of investor capital. Imagine you invested $10,000. Even if you collected a massive 50% yield, or $5,000, your initial investment would have shrunk by 33.6%, or $3,360. Your total return is far less than the headline yield suggests. And if the NAV erosion is worse than the yield, you are actively losing money while being told you're earning a spectacular income. It's a mirage. So the lesson is absolute. Any fund with a yield that seems too good to be true is not just a risk, it's a wealth destruction machine in disguise. We must avoid them at all costs. So we've seen the 4 pillars: the stable but low-yielding bedrock, the selective higher-risk income boosters, the powerful but capped upside modern engines, and the catastrophic danger zone to be avoided. How do we put all these pieces together to build the ultimate income portfolio? The solution is a hybrid strategy that takes the best elements of each of the first 3 pillars and combines them into a single, resilient portfolio designed to maximize sustainable income while still preserving and growing capital over the long term. Here is the exact breakdown for our $500,000 portfolio. First, we allocate 30% or $150,000 to SCHD. This is our stable, tax-efficient core. It's our anchor, designed for reliability and dividend growth that will help our income stream fight against inflation over time. Next, we allocate 15% or $75,000 to a basket of our carefully selected high-yield stocks and REITs. This is where we would place assets like Altria and VICI properties to give our income a healthy boost, fully aware of the risks and tax implications. Then, we build our modern engine. We allocate 20% or $100,000 to SPYI for S&P 500 income, and 15% or $75,000 to QQQI for NASDAQ 100 income. Together, these 2 funds form the core of our cash flow machine, generating the bulk of our high monthly payments. Now for the speculative kicker. We allocate a small 10% position, or $50,000, to BTCI. This is our high-risk, high-reward play. We use it to dramatically boost the portfolio's overall yield, but we keep the allocation small enough that if it performs poorly, it won't sink the entire ship. Finally, and this part is absolutely critical, we allocate the last 10%, or $50,000, to a standard S&P 500 growth ETF, like VOO. This position pays a very small dividend, and its job isn't to generate income today. Its job is to grow. This is our growth anchor, ensuring that our principal base is still compounding and getting larger over time, which protects our entire portfolio's long-term health. So, when we put it all together, what do we get? Based on the current yields of these funds, this intelligently constructed hybrid portfolio would generate a grand total of almost $48,000 in annual income. That breaks down to $4,000 per month. We have successfully hit our target. We've built a portfolio with a blended weighted average yield of 9.5%, not by chasing dangerous yield traps, but by strategically combining different asset classes, each with a specific job to do. Now, building a portfolio with this many moving parts is one thing, but tracking its true performance is a whole other challenge. Your average broker's dashboard often fails to give you the full picture. They don't properly include every dividend, and they certainly don't make tax time easy. This is where a tool like ShareSite can be a game changer. It automatically tracks all of your dividend payments, shows you your true total return, and generates the reports you need for tax season with a click. It's a powerful way to see what your money is really doing. And if you use the exclusive link in the description, you'll get 4 months free when you sign up for an annual plan. Of course, this exact allocation isn't right for everyone. A more conservative retiree might want to eliminate the speculative BTCI position and increase their allocation to the SCHD bedrock. A younger investor might want to have a much larger allocation to the VOO growth anchor. The framework is designed to be customized to your specific age, risk tolerance, and income needs. But the core lesson remains the same. Building a sustainable, lifelong income stream is not about blindly chasing the highest yield you can find. It's about being a portfolio architect, understanding the role of each component and fitting them together to build a structure that is strong, resilient, and productive.